come along with us as we tour Pompeii today. Hi, welcome to Roski's Travel. We are Rick and Kelly Roski, a longtime married couple who are parents to 4 grown kids and 1 amazing dog. They join us from time to time on our travels, and we'd love it if you'd come along with us as well as we navigate documenting our travels for you too. Hopefully we can share some of our tips and tricks that we've learned along the way, and we'd love to learn from you as well. So please make sure to leave us a comment and hit the thumbs up button, and follow us for more videos. Well, welcome to today's video. We just arrived in Pompeii probably 30-40 minutes ago, maybe longer. Parking was a nightmare per usual in Italy. Turns out a lot of roads were closed and we had a difficult time kind of finding our way. Once in the town, we knew we were in Pompeii, but to actually get to the archaeological site of Pompeii was proving difficult. Our maps was taking us on a dirt road and it was just kind of crazy. But we're here and we got parking. Pompeii was a bustling Roman city into the year 79 when the nearby volcano, Mount Vesuvius, erupted and buried it under ash and pumice stone, and it stayed safely buried for 1,500 years.
Try to imagine one day.
6 hours of this little pumice stones coming from the
second
volcano.
day, it came down big stones, which crashed the second course.
Wow.
End of the story. Thanks to this, signori, today you can see frescoes, colors, mosaic, and so on.
We are entering Pompeii with our tour guide, Michael. We entered into this amazingly well-preserved arena. In 1972, Pink Floyd held a concert right here.
Cherry tree.
In Pompeii, all of the houses had gardens with orchards for food and for beauty. They often had like these pools where they would keep fish so that they could have fresh fish whenever they wanted it for parties.
It didn't look like a house, looked like a park.
It does look like a park.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And this was just one lady's house at first until
Well, in
she...
this house, madam, she organized, she just put this house in a B&B.
Wow,
Ready.
it's beautiful.
Allora, eccoci qua. So signori, every time.
Each room would be painted, well not painted, it would have this clay or stones mixed in with the plaster that would decorate the walls, and that each would be different. It was interesting to learn that the hill behind this brick wall is more of Pompeii that has yet to be excavated. And this picture depicts the ingenious way they watered their gardens. We also learned that the city was built on a hill with the wealthier people living at the top of the hill, and they would collect rainwater and then flush the rainwater down the city streets to clean the city streets. And the large bricks that you see were actually the crosswalks, so the dirt and horse manure that was in the street, you wouldn't have to step on it. You would step over it on those rocks, which was pretty darn ingenious. Busy shopkeepers wouldn't have time to go home for lunch, so these little fast food type restaurants were created. This is a dining room. The forum. the courthouse. Well, we're in Pompeii, and it is much larger than either of us expected.
Definitely.
We ended up hiring a tour guide. When you get to the gates with your ticket, or you can buy the tickets here, it's not online. You're better off buying the tickets ahead of time online to avoid the lines. But we got here and there was no line. Granted, it's not high season right now, and we got here a little bit later in the day. I think we arrived about 1. So we got a tour guide. He was great. What did you think of him, Rick, and the tour?
He's like, Mikhail was super knowledgeable. He did an excellent job. He showed things that were, you know, if we were to do the tour on our own, we would never have caught, you know, a quarter of the things that he pointed out. There's so many subtleties and stuff like that that he just does a good job of describing and just giving you all sorts of information.
Yeah, the details that he provided in regards to things like the way the roads were made, the way the crosswalks were made, how you could tell what buildings were for business versus houses, how the houses were painted with these frescoes on the inside, how the frescoes were made, why the walls had little niches for the candles, why just so many things that you would have never even noticed if we had just walked through here on our own. So it was definitely worth the money. It cost 130 euros is what he originally said is the average cost, but said that he would, you know, he'd do it for us for 100. We ended up paying him the 130. It was worth every penny. We thought that it made the time so much more enjoyable, because otherwise we would have just said, no, pile of rocks, oh, pile of rocks. We would not have really understood what we were looking at. So we highly recommend coming here, and if you do come here, get the tour guide. Spend the money. You're only going to be here the one time probably, so spend the money.
Give yourself a good amount of time to come. Our tour with him, I think, was for 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
2 hours with him. There's still a ton more that you could see. We're doing a little bit extra right now, but there's so much stuff that's left to go look at if you really wanted to, plus a museum here. Just give yourself as much time as possible.
I agree. And pack water. Bring a backpack. Might not be fashionable, but it definitely helps. We always have our rain jackets in there. It's a beautiful sunny day today. I never expected any rain. Then we did start to feel a couple of raindrops. It has since passed, luckily. But we always keep our rain ponchos in there, and then some water. So bring water, because it gets hot out here in the full sun. Thanks for joining us today as we toured Pompeii. Hopefully you learned a thing or two, even if it was just to keep driving closer to the entrance, and you will find plenty of parking. Don't park far away out of fear of not finding something closer. Ciao for now.